Have you ever felt like there's a secret language to math and science? Well, today we're going to unlock one of its most powerful tools. It's called dimensional analysis, but don't let the fancy name fool you. This is a simple, almost magical way to solve problems, and honestly, it's like having a secret superpower. So let's get right into it.
First things first, a quick question for you. Is 5 feet the same thing as 60 inches? Now, you probably know off the top of your head that, yeah, it is. But the real question, the one that matters, is how? How can two totally different numbers, 5 and 60, mean the exact same thing? The answer to that is the key to everything we're about to do.
And here's that key. You see, the number 5 by itself, it's just a number. But when you say 5 feet, that's a measurement. It has meaning. It has a story. That little label, that unit, feet, inches, seconds, miles, that's what gives a number its power in the real world. That's the bedrock idea we're building on today.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk a bit more about the power of that label. Then, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, the magic of multiplying by 1. After that, we'll get practical with a simple 3-step method, and we'll run through some examples, from feet to seconds. And finally, we'll cover the common mistakes, and most importantly, why this skill is a really, really big deal.
All right, let's dive into our first section, the power of a label. The real power here isn't just knowing that a foot and an inch are different. It's knowing how to perfectly transform one into the other, and that leads us to a really clever trick.
Which is what this whole second section is about. I call it the magic of multiplying by 1. Honestly, this is the secret sauce. The entire technique of dimensional analysis is built on this one simple, incredibly powerful idea.
And this is it. It's called a conversion factor. The idea is just genius. Think about it. If 1 foot equals 12 inches, then the fraction 12 inches divided by 1 foot is literally equal to the number 1, right? So when you multiply your measurement by this fraction, you're not changing its value at all. You're just changing the units it's wearing. It's like it's changing its clothes. It's pure mathematical elegance.
And these are the building blocks you'll use, the tools in your toolbox. You already know this stuff by heart, right? 12 inches in a foot, 60 minutes in an hour. Each one of these facts can be turned into 2 different conversion factors, which means 2 clever ways of writing the number 1.
Okay, so now we've got our tools, these conversion factors. So let's talk about the instruction manual. It's time for section 3, the 3-step method. I'm about to show you a super simple process that takes all the guesswork out of this. It just works. Every single time. And here it is, just 3 steps. First, you write down what you have, and just for good measure, put it over a 1 to make it a fraction. Second, you multiply by a conversion factor, and this part is absolutely critical. You set it up so the unit you want to get rid of cancels out. And third, you just do the math. That's the whole thing. Let's see it in action.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's take that 3-step method and put it to work. We'll even start with that question from the very beginning.
Okay, so we want to change 5 feet into inches. Step 1, we write down 5 feet. Step 2, we multiply by our conversion factor. Now, look really close at this setup. We want to get rid of the feet unit, right? So we make sure the 1 foot part of our fraction is on the bottom. That way, the feet on top has something to cancel out with on the bottom.
And just like that, the magic happens. The feet units are gone. The only unit left standing is inches. All we have to do is multiply the numbers, 5 times 12, and we get our answer, 60 inches. See? The method just works.
Let's try another one. This time, 150 minutes to hours. It's the exact same process. We start with 150 minutes, but this time, to get rid of minutes, we need the 60-min part of our conversion factor to be on the bottom of the fraction. You see the pattern? You just arrange the fraction to cancel out the unit you don't want anymore.
The minutes cancel out, and we're left with 150 divided by 60. The unit that survives is hours, which is exactly what we wanted to find, and the answer is 2.5 hours. It really is that straightforward. Okay, time to level up a little bit. What if there isn't one simple conversion factor to get you where you need to go? No problem at all. You just build a chain. To get from hours to seconds, we first go from hours to minutes. See how the HR on top cancels with the HR on the bottom? Then, right after that, we multiply by another factor to go from minutes to seconds. And look at that, the min units cancel out too.
So after all that canceling, the only unit left is seconds, exactly what we wanted. Then we just multiply the numbers across the top. 2 times 60 times 60. And there's our answer, 7,200 seconds. This just goes to show you how powerful and flexible this simple method really is.
So, you've got the method now.
But it's just as important to know about the common mistakes so you can avoid them, and to really understand why this skill is so much more than just a trick for your homework.
This right here is the #1 trap people fall into, putting the conversion factor in upside down. Look at the not this column. If you multiply feet by feet over inches, nothing cancels. You end up with some crazy, nonsensical unit like feet squared per inch. The golden rule is simple. The unit you want to keep has to end up on top. So here are your 2 big safety checks. Think of it like a pre-flight checklist. First, always double-check that the unit you're trying to eliminate is on the opposite side of that fraction line. And second, actually cross out the units with your pencil before you even think about touching the numbers. If they don't cancel out perfectly, you know you've set it up wrong. It's your own built-in error detector.
And I really want this to sink in, because we're moving beyond the classroom now. This isn't just an abstract math problem. Mastering this one skill is, and I'm not exaggerating, a life or death matter in some professions.
Just think about that for a second. A nurse is figuring out a medication dosage. They're converting milligrams to micrograms, maybe milliliters to something else. That simple act of setting up a fraction and canceling out the units is the safety net. It's what makes sure a patient gets a dose that helps them, not one that hurts them. A small mistake in the setup could have massive consequences. This method provides a safety check that our brains can sometimes miss. It literally saves lives.
So we started with a simple question about feet and inches, and we ended up talking about saving lives. You have the secret now. You have this superpower. So my question to you is, where else do you see it? It's everywhere, from a chef converting a recipe, to an engineer designing a bridge, to a scientist launching a rocket to Mars. This simple process of multiplying by 1 is quietly and powerfully changing the world. So what are you going to use it for?